And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday. It's August 9th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello everybody and welcome here on a Monday morning. I woke up and looked out and boy, we'd had some rain. I could hardly believe it, but if you need rain, I hope you had some too. We are ready to go for Absolute Kubota this morning and glad to see Don Hamlet back sitting in the chair here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Yeah, I said hello, stranger.
That's right.
It's been a little while since you've been here.
It has.
How you been?
I've been great.
Well, good. We are talking about Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main here in Lebanon, and the commercial is usually done by either Don Hamlet, who's here this morning, or T.R. Kirby, who's been here for several weeks, but it's still the good old summertime, and I guess you're busy.
Oh, we're wide open. We've started getting a few more pieces of equipment. You know, I'm sure everybody's aware of all the different shortages of, different cars, refrigerators, everything in the United States right now. And our deal at our store isn't that, or with Kubota in general, isn't that they're not producing it or have chip shortages or anything. It's just supply and demand. They can just hardly keep up with the demand. Kubota sales are way up all over the country this year, and it's just hard to keep up.
Well, it's good that sales are up.
That's true.
It's not good that you can't get the product.
That's true. We are getting product. It's just sometimes it's just not instantaneous. You just can't walk out on the lot and see every different tractor that we normally stock. But all the guys there at the shop, everybody's working hard to work with other dealers and make transfers. And we've got things coming. We know what's coming, and we can put your name on it and have it ready for you as soon as it hits the ground. But last couple of weeks we've got a few more pieces. We've got plenty of lawnmowers right now. We were talking the other day. I didn't realize that August, we were talking about sales for previous years. August is a pretty good month for selling lawnmowers. So we've got pretty much every level of lawnmower there that someone might need. So
what can you attribute that to?
I have no idea. I guess they just wear them out over the summer, and it's just time to get a new one. I mean, you can only put a Band-Aid on something for so long, 15 years, and then it's time to get a new one. But everything is moving just right along. They've still got the 0% financing on all the different pieces of equipment. We have all that, and they've got great financing there for years. As far as years go, great rebates are still going. It's just everything's just clicking along down there.
Well, you've got a great location too, and you can display it there out almost to the street for people to see.
1506 was a big move. 1506 West Main Street. It was a great move for us. It's a great building. A lot of our older customers that are come in, they'll walk in the front door. I'm right by the front door. Unluckily for them, I'm the first ugly face they get to see. I have a radio face, I guess. And, they get to see me when they walk in the door, and everybody's always talking about what a great spot it is. And it's just, we have plenty of space for all of our parts and services. We did get a couple of truckloads of fertilizer and seed in last week, coming up here toward the end of this month. This is the best season. I know everybody wants to get excited in the springtime about flowers and shrubs and grass and everything, but actually the fall of the year is the best time if you're wanting
for all of that.
For trees, everything, because what you do, you get your plants or your seed into the ground, and then it actually has all winter here in our season in this zone here to grow and establish better roots. So next summer, June and July, when it does get dry, it has more drought tolerance to it. So
people keep that in mind. Don't wait till spring. Go ahead and start.
No, we've got seed and fertilizer. We've got it stacked up all over the warehouse back there. And I know they sent two big trailer loads out to some of our bigger customers last week. I do want to say we've been stressing this to a lot of customers, and this is not a used car salesman pitch or anything like that. They get a bad rap. If you're thinking that you're going to be needing to make a year-end purchase, let's go ahead and start talking about that now. So if it is a specialized piece of equipment, we can go ahead and get it in for you and have that ready to go at your year-end. Because December's a huge month. A lot of people, they go see their accountants. Their accountants say, hey, John, you need to make a purchase this year or you're just going to lose tax money. You should at least get a good piece of equipment for your money. It's time right now to go ahead and start planning on that. so that we can make sure we have what you need ready to go.
Don, that's a really a great reminder, right there.
Oh, yeah.
People who even might be wanting to do this in December, go ahead and plan for it now.
Plan for it now, because like I said, it's not that we can't get any equipment, it's just that sometimes it's a little slow. If you come in the third week of December needing a specialized piece of equipment, it may take me 2 or 3 weeks to get there, and now we're into January and you've lost your window. So we just want to make sure we can take care of everybody on that.
Well, service after the sale, and that's the important thing. And parts, you have parts there so quickly, which is so nice.
We can. Most of the time, if you come in before 11 o'clock in the morning, if it's a parts that's down outside their Atlanta warehouse, it'll be sitting at our store when we get there to open up at 6:30 in the morning. We start, normally there's some of us there opening things up, and your part's already there. They get it checked in, they give you a call, and come by and pick it up. It's ready to go. That's quick. A lot of dealers can't do that. Service guys really strive real hard to get your equipment in, get it evaluated, do a diag on it, give you a call back, tell you what's wrong with it, how much it's going to cost to get it fixed, and give you a real good idea of when you're going to get it back. If it's normal things like oil changes and blade sharpenings, or if you brought your tractor in for a service, they strive really hard just for, just a very few day turnaround and get you back out. Because we've all been in business. Matt's owned a landscaping business. He understands what it is to have a piece of equipment down.
Right.
So they strive hard to get you your equipment back, so you can get out and do what you want to do, which is earn a living. So,
all right. Well, we'll see you next Monday.
I will be here.
All right. Good.
God willing. Yes.
Yes. Don Hamlet, he's in sales at Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
will see you next Monday. We're about 11 minutes after the hour, and I want to welcome Randall Clemens, who's here to talk about the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
It is nice to see you again.
Glad to be here.
I'll bet you're busy.
We are busy, but we
Well,
are thankful.
Something was mentioned before we went on the air here about the fair hasn't started, but something started at the fairgrounds this past weekend.
We had to move all of our horse events to this past weekend, and we had a great weekend of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of horse events. Due to us hosting the state fair livestock shows, there's a lot more of those, a lot of state and national shows as well, and so we kind of spread that out a little bit, and it worked extremely well.
Good. Well, the fair officially starts, 5 o'clock this Thursday?
This Thursday, August the 12th, and it's going to be a grand opening as we open the Tennessee State Fair as part of the Wilson County Fair, and we would tell all of your listeners this morning that we would like to invite you to be a part of that. We're going to be doing that inside the expo building and on the pageant stage, and we have chairs for 1,200 people, and we have about a 30-minute program. The governor will be speaking, and the Tennessee State Fair from Nashville will be turning the reins over to us as part of that ceremony. And then following that, we will go out the back door, and we're going to have a flyover, and our parade will be beginning at 7 o'clock, and it's going to really be a parade. We have more bands, more things in the parade than we've ever had. The governor will be leading the parade in a mule-drawn wagon, and we have the Commissioner of Agriculture, the Commissioner of Tourism. We have more floats. Of course, we're honoring hometown heroes, so that will be the focus of our parade as we do that.
Well, that sounds so great to have the welcoming ceremony at 5 o'clock. Did you say, or
6 o'clock?
That's at 6. And okay.
What is unique about it, Coleman, is that we have every county in the state will be part of that, and every county in the state will be in the parade. So it is truly a statewide group coming together as one to make this Tennessee State Fair work.
Well, now, I was just thinking of 25. I guess, will there be cars, some kind of vehicles that people are transported in?
We'll be taking the trolleys, and we have the Farm Bureau presidents from every county in the state that is going to be here. That's one thing that we have in every county is a Farm Bureau office and an extension office. And so we are really focusing on those two to help us to get every county involved in the state.
Well, what I'm thinking about is your parade. If you've got 95 counties represented, I wonder what the route is.
Well, it's the normal route. We're just hoping it's not going to meet itself as we go around.
Okay. Right. Well, this is different, and it's something exciting and something really exciting to look forward to.
We think that Thursday night will be probably one of the biggest nights that Wilson County has ever had. we've never opened the fair and not been in competition with football games. So by us backing up to Thursday, all the bands are going to be a part of it, and it's going to be a huge night. Of course, we also have half-price admission on Thursday night and $1 on all the rides. So it's a great night to come and be there when it opens up and to be a part of this history-making event.
Man, you just keep adding to it. That half-price admission?
Half-price admission.
And dollar rides.
$1 rides.
Oh, I think
it is truly a grand opening celebration statewide.
Okay. All right, Randall Clemens. I didn't give you a title here. It's president or chairman of President of Wilson County Promotions. He's here. We've got a lot more to talk about, but now it's time for a break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And to 7:14, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, they have a fully staffed service center and parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day. Servicing Exmark, Kubota, Lampride, Red Max, and Billy Goat, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's on the increase even more in the last few minutes here on 24 westbound through the Hickory Hollow area. Here comes that traffic down Ellington Parkway right now. Finishing up the paperwork over in Midtown on the crash 4700 block of Belmont Park Terrace. I-40 coming through Kingston Springs right now. All that traffic coming in from Dixon County, even leaving Hickman County, looks good on I-40. Hey, Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Log on to GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey Lebanon, what's for dinner? If you find yourself asking or answering this question often, you're in luck because I have the answer for you. The Edge Food and Drink at Lebanon Country Club is now open. The newly remodeled restaurant is open to the public Tuesday through Sunday and is the newest gathering place for lunch, dinner, or watching your favorite teams. Follow The Edge Lebanon on Facebook and Instagram to see weekly food and drink specials and live music lineups. Check them out online at theedgelebanon.com. See y'all there.
Bates Ford proudly presents The Frontmen of Country with Janelle Arthur opening in concert at the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair on Monday, August 16th at 7 p.m. in the Bates Ford Entertainment Pavilion. Concert is included with your fair admission. For more information, visit wilsoncountyfair.net and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Exciting fireworks nightly provided by the Tennessee Lottery. We'll see you at the fair.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us, and my thanks to Randall Clemens to be my guest this morning. Talking about the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair. Again, it opens this Thursday, as we talked about. There's a lot more information we need to share with people this morning.
There sure is. We took in all of our entries on Saturday of non-perishable items, and we had great participation. It's been a unique year with schools not being in full swing and things being made in schools, but this week we still have a lot to be taken. On Tuesday, it is baking from 3 to 6 and eggs from 4 to 7. And then on Wednesday, we have ham entries from 10 to 4, poultry 12 to 8, flowers and roses from 2 to 6:30, tablescape 2 to 8, fruits and vegetables 3 to 8, hay and farm crops 3 to 8, youth farm crops, garden entries and bacon from 4 to 7, and 4-H poultry from 5 to 7, and that will get all of our entries complete.
Maybe we ought to talk about parking at this time and some things that you're doing. I think you've expanded maybe some ways to reach the fair.
Our executive committee has spent a lot of time on parking and traffic, and thanks to our city of Lebanon and our sheriff's department, highway patrol, everybody is working in unison to try to improve. We are going to have off-site parking expanded. We've had it over at Coleman University football field for several years. We'll now be taking in Baird Park, all of that across the road, so that will be one site. The other site will be First Baptist Church and the courthouse, all of those areas there. And we have 8 school buses that are provided by 10th District Schools that will be running every day, 4 to 11. On Saturdays, 10 to 11. Sundays, 1 to 11. There's no charge for that, so that's a way for you to come to the fair, be brought right up to the gate, and be able to take advantage of that.
All right, now, so you really have two large locations.
Yes.
At the old high school,
Old high school.
football field, and Bayard Park, which is
Bayard Park.
adjacent. So there'll be buses running from there.
There.
And then over at First Baptist Church and the courthouse.
Right.
So really, two places really to combine to make one destination, I guess you'd say. But 8 school buses, so maybe 4 at each place.
Yes.
So
they have a route where they're going to avoid the traffic to get into the grounds, and they'll be coming in through the Lebanon Police Department and taking you to the Purple Gate.
And again, no charge for this.
There's no charge.
No
for that.
charge to park. It's just an easier way to get there.
Right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. We will be 10th District County schools will be running small school buses inside the fairgrounds as you park to bring you up to the gate. In addition to our trolleys that we run, we have additional law enforcement out on the roads trying to do more on the interstate to help that situation. So we feel real good about what we're trying to do with parking. We have expanded our parking. We've done some additional roads, and that will continue to be. That was one of our reasons in going with the state fair, was being able to get better roads coming to the fairgrounds, as well as being able to get some additional property.
Well, now with the crowd you're talking about expecting for Thursday night, that'll be a good test to see just how
Be a
much
good
improved
test.
we've
Yes,
done.
sir. It sure will be. It sure will be.
Well, if people want to do the easiest thing, it's probably to get in one of those parking places we talked about, right? That
Exactly.
school bus, and I hope that'll go well. What else would you like?
Talk
to
about our concert,
Yes.
the front men. That is going to be on Monday night at 7 o'clock. We are at a new location under the entertainment stage, which we're real excited about. We want to thank Bates Ford for making that possible each year, and they've done a great job in taking our musical concerts to another level. You know, our theme this year, our commodity is beef, and you're going to see a lot of wonderful exhibits there, a lot of entertainment that's beef related, and so that's going to be an exciting time for us as well. Coleman, we are just excited about the fair, this honoring hometown heroes. On opening night, we will be honoring books from birth. We will be honoring every director from across the state in each county with that. And so at the
how
concert
nice.
on Monday night, we'll be honoring the memory of Charlie Daniels. So those are just examples of different ways that some of them will be local, some of them will be statewide, as we have a different person each night.
Well, I don't know how many people you have contacted in other counties, but you've surely heard some reports. Is the enthusiasm building? I mean, with the fair at a different
The
place?
enthusiasm is wonderful throughout our state. You know, we've had a lot of negatives with COVID, but one thing it's helped us with is Zoom meetings. And so it's allowed us to be able to have people from across the state in meetings constantly. We've formed an advisory committee from across the state that's involved with it. And so the way it's going to work is next year, all the fairs will be bringing their winners from this past year's fair in 40 categories to our new Made in Tennessee building for statewide competition. So we're having to do a lot of work to get all of that lined up. But we have tremendous support from all of our county mayors across the state, our extension, and so it is really working well.
Well, have you checked the extended weather forecast?
Well, it looks like we've got 30%, 20% each day, so that's pretty good. I think we'll be
maybe
okay.
no flooding like we had
No,
one
no,
year.
no, we're not.
Overall, the weather forecast I think looks fine. A few showers will just settle the dust anyway, and not be a big detriment.
We have the largest carnival here that we've ever had. It is Right Offer shows that is the oldest carnival in America and the largest. They play state fairs, so that was one thing that we were already ahead of. And they've been here a week in advance their normal time. They have treated last night with every ride there for COVID. That will last up to a month, and so they come in and fogged them all. They'll be cleaning the rides during the night each night. So we're doing a lot to make it a safe place, a social distancing. We have hand stations everywhere. There's hand stations at every food booth around. And one thing I would say, we've always been known for our food. We've all had a hard time eating out during all this past year, and so we invite people to come out. People have been questioning, well, you're not going to have your old food booths. We've got every food booth we've ever had. All of those people are at the same spot they've always been, and got even a little more food than we've normally had.
Well, let me put in a plug for 3 of them.
All right.
One would be for the 4-H. They
Yes.
always have chicken and have a good, and I try to be sure and go by there at least one time and support them. And, of course, our Rotary Club and Lions Club. They are local.
Right.
But there's a lot of other good ones all over.
You name it, we've got it in food.
Well,
and even that homemade ice cream, that's always so good.
Well, we know from what we heard last Friday. This is what you would have been talking about before now, but the lemonade and the
popsicles will be there,
and it's okay for us to say Wilson Bank this morning that they're going to be doing that and probably giving away more than they ever given away.
We think so. The fairgrounds looks wonderful. A lot of decorating going on, booths being set up. And I would encourage our Wilson County people that are listening. You're going to come to this year's fair, and it may be the Wilson County Fair, the Tennessee State Fair, but it's going to still be the Wilson County Fair that you love, and things are going to be the same. We'll have some additional things that we haven't had in the past that the State Fair has allowed us to do. As we have some of those statewide competitions, our fiddle competition, our square dancing, all of those type of events will now be statewide events. They've always been statewide events, but now they just have, the winner will be a Tennessee State Fair winner.
Well, you mentioned earlier cooperation with the Highway Patrol, Sheriff's Department, City Police, but is there anything really different about the traffic patterns?
No, the patterns are really the same, and they all work so hard to make this happen. We also have a professional parking company inside the grounds that we've had for a number of years, and they've added. And of course, this is a hard year finding people to hire to do things like that, but we think we have all of that under control. And
one of the things that from since Wilson County Promotions began the Wilson County Fair, we've had a lot of places of entertainment, singing and picking and this sort of thing. Is that still?
We have 8 stages that will be going on every night, and that's something you just do not find at even the biggest fairs. So we have so much good entertainment. You can come every night to the Wilson County Fair and see something different in musical entertainment, the open air events over there, the motocrosses and all those different things. So there's always something different every night. So get you a season ticket. You can buy them at the banks right now, and
let's talk about the cost of that. And if anybody's going to, if you come maybe half the time, I think it's to your financial advantage to get that season ticket.
Those are $40, and you can buy them at most all the banks, and they're on sale right now. And we would encourage you to, they're $45, excuse me, I knew that didn't sound right. Those are good all days. We also have the mega ticket that's been a big hit. It's $25. That includes the gate admission and all the rides that one night. And those are on sale through Wednesday, August 11th. Once the fair starts, those are no longer on sale. So go get you a mega ticket. That is a wonderful price for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, there's so much, and really you can't see it all in one visit. Hopefully you get that season ticket and come nearly every night. A lot of people do. And
if you are coming only one night, you can go online and buy your ticket, so you don't have to wait in line at the gates. So.
Well, I'm sure there's some other things we haven't covered. One thing I do want to mention that I've always been a part of for a long time anyway, the Great Giveaway.
Yes.
Where we'll, on Tuesday night's the big night for that, as it's been all these years. Somebody will either win a car or one of those tractor or whatever all we've got this year. But, of course, it's $1,000 for, I believe it's 5 other nights.
That's correct.
Given away. So, and that's going to be done a little bit different this year. We're not going to have the ticket barrel, and we don't know how, we haven't done this before. So we don't know exactly how that's going to be, but hopefully it's going to work.
It's going to work great. It's going to work great.
Well, I don't know what else. We got a couple of minutes here. The Fairs to the Fair has been moved.
It has been moved. It'll be on Thursday night. And the reason we've done that is so that way that she can be actually Fairs to the Fair during the entire fair. And so we're real excited about that. So we're going to turn that stage after we have 1,200 people in there for our opening, and then the Fair's the Fair will follow.
Well, that makes sense. Probably the reason it was held on Monday night is because at one time the fair began
on Monday night. That's right.
So
and we
move
just
it,
in there.
and that means the Fair's to the Fair is going to have to come here the next morning. To be with us and be here, and we'll.
And we also had some problems with some of the girls would win, and then the next year they would be in college, and they couldn't get out of college to come back and be at the fair. So this is going to solve that problem.
All right. Well, you've there's a lot of planning. In fact, when the fair ends each year, you start planning for the next one, but it really gets in earnest maybe May or June, and it's a busy time for everybody that's involved.
I would say this, Coleman, we have 1,600 volunteers that put on the Wilson County Fair and now the Tennessee State Fair. That is what has made the Wilson County Fair what it is since 1979. We cannot say enough to thank our wonderful volunteers.
Well, we just couldn't have the fair we have if it wasn't for the volunteers. You couldn't find enough, especially now, enough people that wanted to work to do what they do. And people do it because they love the fair and they love the particular area in which they serve.
In life, when we don't get to do something, sometimes we realize how much it means to us. Our volunteers realize that, and I've had so many comments from people throughout the county how much they missed the Wilson County Fair last year.
Well, Randall, thanks so much for being with us today. The fair starts this Thursday. Going to be a great event, and I appreciate you being here to tell us about it.
Thank you.
That is part one of Coleman and Company. We hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:29. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Bates Ford, and they've got the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $49.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
As expected here on 24 out through the Hickory Hollow area. THP's out of that crash in Coffee County. It's going to be on 24 eastbound for 108. Still working at the paperwork there. 4700 block of Belmont Park in Midtown from that earlier crash. Gatlinburg Wine Cellars, home of the world famous cotton candy wine. Check them out online at gatlinburgwinecellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Do you know why Rocky Williams Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Mount Juliet sells so many cars, trucks, SUVs, and muscle cars? Well, it all starts with a simple idea. Why not give everyone a hassle-free shopping experience for their new or used vehicle with no haggling, no negotiating, and no runaround? Every vehicle on the Rocky Williams lot is marked down incredibly low with the price posted on the window. You're treated with fairness and respect every time. No pressure, just a friendly, warm, inviting staff dedicated to finding the exact vehicle you need. So Rocky Williams from your Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has become the original no-haggle, one-price dealer. Go online to rockywilliams.com to see the incredible deals yourself. Every car and truck is listed with a no-haggle low price. This is for real, and you're gonna love it. People drive for miles to get some of the lowest prices in America on their new or used cars or trucks. Go to rockywilliams.com or come on over to our brand new spacious dealership next to Walmart in Mount Juliet.
A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction has been a part of Wilson County since 1977. No matter if you are thinking of buying or selling a home, we can help you with the process. Buyer opportunities are better than ever. Call us at A.G. & Johnson to find out more. 615-444-0909. Real estate is key to building long-term wealth. Let us help you with all your real estate transactions. Call A.G. & Johnson Real Estate and Auction at 615-444-0909 or visit us online, agandjohnson.com.
Now's the time to get the Kubota Z200 mower. It's built to cut quickly and like a pro, so you can get the zero-turn agility and effortless precision you need to turn your lawn into a work of art. Right now, get the Kubota Z200 mower for 0 down and 0% APR for 48 months or save up to $200 now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main Street in Lebanon.
To kick off the work week, you can expect mostly sunny skies with just a slight chance of a pop-up shower. Highs today will reach the mid-90s with lots of humidity, so stay hydrated. On Tuesday, temperatures will climb into the mid-90s once again. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's Look at Your Forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
Coleman and Company on a Monday morning. Thanks for joining us. Billy Mullinax is here. Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Mount Juliet. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And did you wake up to see that it had rained?
I did.
And I don't know how much, but
I don't think it rained too much.
Probably not.
But we need a little rain.
We did. It's getting a little bit dry. And
yes,
maybe
it
we
is.
get some rain now, settle the dust before the fair starts.
That's exactly right.
Well, you're located at 600 Pleasant Grove Road in Mount Juliet. Rocky Williams, Billy Mullinax is the general manager. We talk about no haggle pricing every time you're here. That means everybody pays the same great low price, and it's worked, and it's working well, I think.
It is working well, Coleman, because most people like to do business that way. When you go to Walmart or you go to other retail establishments, you don't go in and negotiate because that creates a stressful environment for you. And so we have taken buying a car and made it exactly the same way, to where it's not as stressful, because you know when you leave that regardless of who it was, even Coleman Walker paid the same great low price that everybody else would have paid.
There you go. Well, when they used to come and buy food from you, you didn't negotiate the price on what you ate at the restaurant.
That's exactly right. So people like doing that. I don't know how the automotive industry got started the way that it did, but Rocky decided that it was time to do things different, and I've been doing that now for about 11 years, and it's working well, and people like it.
Well, we've talked about inventory being down a little bit, and that's presented somewhat of a problem. But you've managed to keep rolling on and still have some good months, I think.
We have. We've had a great year this year, Coleman, and we have focused a lot more of our energy, if you will, on pre-owned, because the new car inventory is just simply not there right now. It seems to be getting maybe a little bit better, but we're having some really good months. We've still got a great selection of vehicles and a little bit of something for everybody. So, you know, and the good thing about also what we do, Coleman, we mention this every week, but they can see our entire inventory with our great low, no haggle price posted clearly on our website,
which is RockyWilliams.com.
Might even see your neighbor there, Coleman.
I tell you what, our Monday's a total loss if we don't get that in.
That's exactly right.
But your new and pre-owned cars, they're all there. RockyWilliams.com. What I like about this, and there's nothing secret about this. If you go there, there's your inventory. You don't even have to say who you are to find out what's available. It's there, and your no haggle price is right there with it. So
that's right.
You can make some decisions almost right there. Well, here's what I like. I believe I can afford this. I think I'll go get it. It's that simple.
It is that simple, Coleman, and you don't have to. You know, all of the website providers and all of the digital companies that we have worked with for the last several years, all of them encourage us to put a button on there that says get your e-price, or get today's price, or get your best price. And they don't understand the price you see is our best price. It is today's price. It is our e-price. There is no other price. And so we have never put that type of a button, even though they say it is the best as far as getting people to engage with you using that terminology. We think that honesty and transparency works better than that.
Yeah, well, so far so good.
That's right.
Yeah, they price their cars, not their customers, and that's I think if you haven't experienced this, I think you're going to, because again, as we say every Monday, I mean, it just takes there's no haggle. It just takes all that pressure out. You either want it or you don't.
That's right, Coleman, because people just want to know at the end of the day that nobody else couldn't have bought that vehicle for a lower price than what they did. And then as long as they can afford it, that's really all that does takes the stressful part out, because nobody wants to feel like that if I'd have held out for another 20 minutes, I'd have got, I could have saved another $1,000. Mm-hmm. That creates a stressful environment for you, because nobody wants to throw money away. And with our low no haggle price, you know that everybody is paying the same great low price.
Your sales department still open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.?
That's right.
Okay. And that's a lot of hours.
Well, it's about 11 hours a day, so certainly enough hours to get in and see our inventory and find your next great vehicle, all at a great low, no haggle price.
Well, you said your sales month, I believe, did it end last?
It ended last Monday, Coleman.
Monday, so
yes.
you had a good July.
We did. Had a great July, and we're off to a great start for August.
That's good to know, too.
Yes.
And before you go, just mention one more time, you've got a vehicle in the great giveaway at the fair, that little Dodge.
Little Dodge Journey. It's a great vehicle, and I've seen it move around Mount Juliet last few weeks. So would encourage people, first of all, to come out to the Wilson County Fair and State Fair. It's always a great time. They do a wonderful job. It's really quite an honor for Wilson County to have that type of a fair right here.
Right. Well, it's been so good that the State Fair wanted to join us. So.
That's right. That's right.
And, of course, on Tuesday night, well, actually, a week from tomorrow night will be the great giveaway.
The great giveaway.
Plus $1,000 on 5 other nights. And tickets all over to all sponsoring merchants, including Rocky Williams Premier.
That's exactly right, Coleman. Come get them.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us today. Have a great week, and we'll do it again next month.
All right. Thanks.
Billy Mullinax, he is the general manager for Rocky Williams Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet, 600 Pleasant Grove Road. 20 before the hour. A funny thing happened to us last Friday. Well, ironic. I don't know maybe whether it's funny or ironic, but it happened, and there was nothing we could do about it. About this time, or maybe 16 minutes till 8 o'clock on Friday, all of a sudden the current went off. I still don't know what happened. It was sort of like maybe somebody ran into a utility pole or something and snapped the wire. We were off the air till about a minute till 8. And Tim Leeper was here at that time, and so we said, well, Tim, we just got started good. Why don't you come back Monday, and we'll do it all over again. So he's here. Tim, good morning.
Good morning. I think my wife had something to do with that.
Now, let me tell you a story. Now, this happened years ago, and I use the term BS sometimes before Susie. This was before Susie, but at that time I was working FM part of the time as a disc jockey and AM some and Sally and whatever, but it was my air shift up the hall on FM, and it was probably in the 10 o'clock hour, maybe 10:45 or something, it seems like. But I just remember all of a sudden the same thing happened. All of a sudden the current's off, we're off the air, it's dark, and all of this. And the song that I was playing was Dancing in the Dark. Ted Heath and his orchestra. I still remember that album. No, it does happen. Last Friday wasn't the first time. I still don't know what happened, but we're glad to see you again.
Good to be here.
You had a good weekend?
Had a good weekend. We did the Phoenix Ball this weekend. That was a big time.
Oh, yes. I've read a little bit about that. I saw some pictures on Facebook. Sounds like everybody had a great time.
You know, Rusty Richardson and that bunch, they put on a really good event. And obviously, you know, Ray and Stephanie and the whole group that they had put together, and they did a fantastic job. I didn't think they could outdo the last one, but they did.
Well, it is a fundraiser. Doesn't it go for scholarships, primarily for scholarships to Cumberland?
I believe it does. I'm not sure if I'll have the exact answer on there, but I believe it does. Yeah. Don't quote me.
Well, the Phoenix Ball has been around for a long time. There's been some times when the enthusiasm may have waned a little bit, but it seems what I've been hearing it in the last few years, it's really been built back up. And I mean, it's just a top entertainment. It's a thing that a lot of people really look forward to and participate in, and glad to hear that you had a good time.
I did. I enjoy seeing some of the folks that's been around for a long time, because, you know, we moved here in 2006, and, you know, there's a lot of people we don't know. We know some people, but there's a lot we don't know, and we enjoy seeing some of the older folks, hearing some of the stories that have been around, you know, to tell some of the stories. A lot of those folks know where the bones is buried, so it's good to talk with them one-on-one.
Well, we're of course here to talk about the roofing business as well as other things, but I don't know how much there is. You know a lot about roofing. How long have you been in this business?
Oh man, I quit counting. Somewhere in the range of 27 years.
Yeah, and still going strong.
Still going strong. I enjoy doing it because I don't have to go to an office every day. I feel bad for people that have to go and sit and work inside of an office and they can't go to a different place every day. And I can. I'm like a ping pong ball.
Well, I've never heard it described exactly like that, but I mean, let's face it, we're not all alike. An office job, wearing a tie, and all of this is just not your. It's not what you want to do. It's not you. Getting out here and fixing people's roofs or doing a new roof on a new building, that is.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Quick story: I was working for a guy. Worked for him every single day and got yelled at every single day because that's how they used to do it, how they taught you. And the one day that I didn't get yelled at was actually 2 days where we were working on his mom's roof, putting a roof on his mom's roof. And I figured out 2 things that day. One, I didn't like getting yelled at it every day, and that was a nice, reprieve. And then the second thing was I was pretty results oriented. I could see things get done, and so a lot of times we'll do a roof in a day or 2 days for most jobs, and that's nice to be able to get in and get out.
Well, you've learned how to how to get rid of downtime, I guess, how to really make your time more productive.
Yeah, there's no downtime for me. I get people all the time, they say, well, I guess they'll call me and it's raining. They say, well, I guess you ain't working today, it's raining. I said, you must not know me, because when it's raining is the best time to find leaks. So if I'm not looking for leaks, I'm fixing leaks. If we're not measuring roofs to bid them, we're installing them. So there is no downtime. Now, we typically don't work on Sundays, unless the ox is in the ditch. But other than that, we try to work, 5, 6 days a week, every week.
How many people you got now?
Oh man, don't get me lying to you. I probably got over 25 and less than 30.
Okay,
somewhere in that range.
And you're staying pretty busy. But there's a lot of construction going, and I guess there's still a lot of roof repair that needs to be done.
A lot of roof repairs. Right now, we're putting on a lot of replacements, shingle replacements, and we do shingle and flat, but we're probably closer to 65% shingle and 35% flat roofs. But what I found is this: when things are good, when the economy is relatively working well and healthy, people are putting roofs on. And when it's not, and people are holding tight to their money, they still repair their roof. So the roofing's not recession-proof, but it's pretty close.
Oh, okay. With that, we need to take a break. Tim Leeper's here, Tim Leeper Roofing. We'll talk more in a moment on Coleman & Company, FM 98.
And at 7:47, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota Fully Staffed Service Center and Parts Department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day. Lots of stock parts, quick turnaround on non-stocking parts. Servicing Exmark, Kubota, Land Pride, Red Max, and Billy Goat, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still looks good right now. I-40 eastbound as you leave Hickman County into Dixon County, all the way into West Nashville. Traffic starting a little bit busy now on Vietnam Vets, making its way westbound up by Conference Drive. All that traffic flow coming through Hendersonville at the moment. Prince's Hot Chicken is now hiring at both locations. You can apply and order online at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
She's taken care of you your whole life. Now it's your turn to take care of her. But with a family of your own and other responsibilities, there just aren't enough hours in the day. That's why it might be time to call the Pavilion Senior Living. From bathing, dressing, housekeeping, and meals, the Pavilion Senior Living is committed to being senior living you can trust for your loved one. Find out more at pavilionseniorliving.com or call 444-5556. That's 444-5556.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on a Monday morning. Tim Leeper's here. We're talking Tim Leeper Roofing and a few other things. I mentioned the fair to you during the break here, and you said, yeah, you got a job at the fair. You want to be cooking hamburgers or helping with them at the Rotary booth?
Yeah, if you're in Rotary, you're working at fair booth. And but that, the funny thing is, that's one of the funnest things we do, in my opinion. I enjoy it, and when the busier it is, the funner it is, and the quicker it goes.
Yeah. Well, I've mentioned them earlier, and I'll do it one more time here. We've got the Rotary booth, and y'all been selling hamburgers there for a long, long time. And then on the other side of that stage, there's the Lions Club booth. They're also selling hamburgers. They got a later start, but they do a good job up there. And then, of course, 4-H has I don't know whether they still call it the Chicken Shack, but it does go to help 4-H projects and things here, and they make money to do a lot of the things that they do, which they couldn't do. They didn't have a good fundraiser, and the fair helps them out. So keep these three in mind, because all that money stays local. It helps things here. Not that you want to maybe spend it all there, but it'd be all right if you do.
I don't even know about the 4-H, but I'll eat there this year just because of that. And by the way, last time we was on here, Miss Susie said if we didn't say something about the Kiwanis Club, that she might not have me back. So I do want to mention that there is the Kiwanis Club out there still making a difference too.
Kiwanis Club has been here, I think, since 1946, and a lot of fine people been members of that club over the years. And they have their niche too. One of the things that they have done for a long time, and largely due to Ed Callis, but promoting a day of prayer for our schools every year before school starts, for asking God to protect our children and for things to be safe and not have shooting incidents like happened at other places. So that's the good word for Kiwanis this morning. But good word about roofing. You are to me kind of unique individual. I enjoy talking to you, and I like your work ethic. But sometimes you think outside the box, and I don't know where all that came from. You said you grew up in Cheatham County in Ashland City.
I did, and I was going to tell you off there. If you said it, I'll deny it, but you called me out on it. But yeah, I grew up in Cheatham County, and I got here quick as I could, though.
Well, now that area is growing more now than it. I've read some good growth reports about Cheatham County.
Yeah, I don't think it has a choice. Nashville's busting at the seams, and people are looking for things to do. They're looking for quality of life in the places that they're moving. They're looking for good education and a safe place, to raise their family, and they're just spilling out in every direction. And so Wilson County is getting a fair share of it as well. But yeah, Cheatham County is growing.
Well, let's head back, talk a little bit about roofs. You're talking before we went to the break there about some of what you do, but one of the things, I'll say this, my neighbor across the street put a new roof on his house, but it's one of these metal roofs. Do you do any of that?
We do some. We don't do a lot, and let me tell you why. Because to get a metal installer and to have supervision for them, it's expensive. There are so few of the guys that do it well. Now, I can get a monkey to put screws on, so it's not just about putting screws in your roof. But to be able to do the details and the flashing and make sure the water diverts the way it's supposed to and doesn't come off your roof in sheets and, run out your landscaping. To find those guys that can do that well, they're very expensive, and they to some degree price themselves out of the market. With all the material prices going up as well. There was a time that metal roofing came down closer to what shingle roofs were. However, we don't do a lot of it. I will tell you that I feel like it's a good roof for your money. And that's not what I do for a living, but metal roofs are fine roofs. I would certainly have one. We have a different material. We've got a concrete roof on our roof because I just wanted something I didn't have to replace. But a metal roof is a fine roof. We just don't do a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, what about shingles? There's different qualities of shingles, and some have a longer warranty or guarantee than others. talk about that. About the quality. You don't want to replace a roof every 5 or 10 years. I don't think. What's the normal life of a roof? Is there a figure you can give us?
Sure. If you can get a roof, a shingle roof, a dimensional architectural shingle, that's what most of the market is going to today. And the ASTM standards are pretty much similar across the board. Now, as long as you don't get a builder grade shingle, and trust me when I say there are builder grade shingles, I've replaced 2 roofs that were 13 years old in the past month. And some of those shingles are about see-through. But if you, barring getting one of those shingles, you should get between 22 and 25 plus years out of a good shingle roof, as long as it's well ventilated, and you've planned it and prepared the details of it right.
Well, how important is the actual putting on of those shingles and the way that's done? It seems like you can do it so quickly, but hopefully it's done in the right way. Talk about that, if you will.
I'm glad you said that, because I tell people all the time the most important day in the life of your roof is the day that it's installed and who installs it. Again, I can get a monkey to go up there and take a nail gun on the roof and nail on shingles. But I've got to have guys that think. I've got to have guys that really understand how water works. They've got to understand how to do flashing or the detail works around chimneys, around stucco, around skylights, around low slopes, around transitions from a lower pitch to a steeper pitch in your valleys where 2 roofs come together and form like a V. Mm-hmm. You've got to have guys that really think those things out. And then you really got to have supervision as well. You know, we keep supervision with our crews. If I send somebody out to your roof to install it, they're going to have somebody with them that understands what was sold to the customer, so they know everything that's going on that roof. They know the color of the roof, the color of the flashing. They know all the details that go with it. They know where the underlayment goes and in what area and what order. And so you don't think it's really much to it, but, you know, pretty much if you get a good roofing contractor and you have a well thought out and a well planned job, you should get a good long life expectancy out of your roof.
There are different kinds of roofs, of course, and some are the you just got a roof and on either side. Some have the hip roofs, and there's different. They are probably harder to do, I would think, but the more detail, the longer it takes, I suppose.
Well, yes. What happens on those hip roofs, ones that have a lot of valleys in there, what we call them just cut up roofs, those roofs take more cuts. And so when you're just nailing on shingles and moving to the next one, when you have a roof that's up and over, those are way easier because you're only cutting your edges. But when you have valleys and hips and different dormers and things like that, you've got rake edges to cut, you've got valleys, you've got hips, and so all those are angled cuts, and you have a lot of waste on those. So
and I suppose that you would have it would cost more because of using more shingles to cuts, but also the fact that it takes longer to do that.
It takes longer to do, and there's more labor. If you think about it, we pay our guys by the bundle, not even by the square. So if we use 26 1/3 squares, we pay them for that third of a square. And so everything that they cut off, we try to save. If there's enough left on that shingle, we cut off one side, we can maybe use it on the other side. And we try to be as efficient as we can, but the more of those cuts you have, the more material and labor it's going to take.
Well, how do you? What? I'm just wondering, what would it cost for an average house to do a roof today?
You know, we're seeing average cost on roofs between $8,000 and $9,000 right now. Mm-hmm. Now we live in Wilson County, the number 2 median income county in the state, so a lot of ours are bigger than $8,000 or $9,000 around here.
But do people? Do you have a way of financing for people? How did everybody didn't have $8,000 or $10,000 to write you a check for? How do you work that?
We do have a financing company that we use. We have them pre-approved typically on the spot. And I say on the spot, it takes just a few minutes, but once we get their financing back, we'll get them the price of the roof, and then we turn them over to the finance company, and the finance company usually has a couple of things they need from us. They want to see that job is finished and pictures and things like that, and then releases of liability, and then they turn the money over.
Well, we got about a minute and a half here, but cleaning up is important too, and you don't want a bunch of mess left in the yard when you get through. I guess you're good at that.
We're second to none. I will say this: I don't brag about a lot of things, but you won't find anybody that cleans up better than we do. We have guys that are there. We blow off the edges of your windows. We blow off your air conditioner units, not only your walkways and your driveways, but in your nail beds or in your mulch beds. We get off in there, and we've got magnets for it. We rake it. We run the magnet and rake it again. But I'll say this. What people remember about you is that you did a good cleanup. It doesn't matter if you do a good roof or a bad roof. They just care that you cleaned up good.
Very important then. Tim, time's about up here, but timleeperroofing.com. You got everything there on your website, just about. Phone number where people can reach you, and I guess you gladly give free estimates.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, good to have you, buddy. We'll see you next month, and in the meantime, hope you enjoy the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair, and all